Palworld, a game that promised a unique blend of creature collecting, open world exploration, epic gun combat, and factory automation? It certainly caught everyone's attention back in January 2024, where it quickly found itself being the most played game on Steam with over 2 million players playing at once. At Sony's September State of Play, they did the crazy thing of shadow dropping Palworld on PS5 the same day of the showcase. This release was pretty crazy as it came out soon after Nintendo filed their lawsuit against Palworld. Now, when I watched the State of Play live, I saw an opportunity unfold. I have the opportunity to be the very first person in the world to achieve the Platinum Trophy. Booting up the game, we find it is still in early access, which is fine for our purposes as we have 32 trophies requiring our collection. When starting a game, we are prompted to create a new world. Pretty simple stuff so far, until we find the custom difficulty settings. These settings are super awesome to modify, as I'm able to receive increased experience, decreased damage taken, and increase the power capture rate. These changes significantly cut the time required to platinum the game from 100 to 150 hours to just around 40 to 50 hours. With our world settings confirmed, we start our journey by being awakened by some pals, and we get a glimpse of our beautiful character, who is a strange mix of an orc from WoW and Blanca from Street Fighter. In our new world, we have some goals in the top right corner, which we will completely ignore as we are officially on the clock. We place down our very first power box and get to assembling. Once the power box is complete, we will officially have our very first base, which will enable us to place down buildings. As such, we then craft a workbench, and once complete, I craft a pickaxe and get to work gathering resources. While exploring, we find our very first power sphere, which we promptly collect. I then spot a roaming cativar. I gear up and throw our very first and only sphere. Our sphere lands, and after some tense shaking, we have unlocked our very first trophy, beginning of the legend, for catching our first pal. I then proceeded to catch a fair amount of new pals, only to return to the base and release them in order for them to get to work. This is where the greatest feature in Palworld is unveiled. Free pal labor!
Day is never finished. Master got me working. Someday Master set me free.
Utilizing the resources my pals diligently collect for me, I assemble a Nightwing saddle, and once complete, I'm able to collect and summon Nightwing to take our very first flight. Taken to the skies enable us to spot our very first sight of humans, where in this instance it is a syndicate thug camp. We are able to free the trapped pal, defeat some thugs, and capture our 10th unique pal, which unlocks Newbie Pal Tamer.
Yes, I got a Froakie! Yeah!
This is where the speed at which we are unlocking these trophies comes into play, as we were only the 34th person in the world to unlock this trophy. We then proceed to catch more pals, and as I catch my favourite pal, a Depresso, we unlock Intermediate Pal Trainer, and we are the 4th person in the world to unlock this. I then spent the next hour trying to grow the home base while working on building that sweet physique. We then put on some armour, equipped with a musket, and approach our very first boss tower. Now, you may be asking, why are we approaching a boss tower? Well, the answer lies all the way back to the beginning. During the intro cutscene, there was actually a mysterious tablet that told us the towers are the key, and the tree holds the truth. Armed with this new knowledge, we enter into the tower for our very first boss fight. Zoe and Grisbolt, our very first boss. It is truly a hard-fought match as we end the boss in one shot, unlocking Hillside Sovereign, and we are only the 10th person in the world. Now, unbeknownst to me, there was actually a mechanic where you could capture humans. Once we finally catch a human, we unlock Inhuman Act, and we were 50th in the world. After our recruitment of a human, we continue our quest to visit all the towers, and our next challenge awaits us in the snowfields. Lily and Lylene are our next opponents, and they possess a greater threat than Zoe and Grisbolt, as after 3 shots we unlock Snowfield Sovereign, and we were first in the world! Wasting no time, the next tower awaits us in the volcanoes.
Whoa!
Axel and Orsic is our third boss, and thankfully this is where we finally have a fight on our hands. Although we don't take any damage, it was still refreshing not to simply curb stomp our way through. Once the final shot lands, we unlock Volcano Sovereign. And once again, we are first in the world. Our next stop lies in the desert for our 4th boss. Marcus and Thaleris once again is putting up more of a challenge, as we're now approaching grind territory in how slow the musket is to reload. When our final shot lands, Desert Sovereign unlocks, and you guessed it, we are first in the world. I think you all understand the gist by now, as we make our way further into the snow for our 5th boss.
Huh.
Victor and Shadowbeak. Now this is a fight that is a proper grind, as it took 47 shots and just over 5 minutes to slay the boss. Our efforts are rewarded as we unlock Astral Sovereign. And you guessed it yet again, we are first in the world. To break things up from all the boss fights, we capture our 50th POW, unlocking Skill POW Tamer. In this instance, we are still somehow the first in the world. At this stage, we only have one boss remaining, and in order to avoid taking 10 years to defeat it, we pick up ourselves a very nice pump action shotgun. With our new weapon, we head directly to the Cherry Blossom Island and proceed to have a jump scare. Saya and Celine, a boss fight for the ages. I had 18 shotgun shells ready and armed, and the early stages are going well in this fight. When I put my last shotgun shell into the boss, there's only a slither of health remaining. The only problem is that I stored my musket into storage and no longer have a weapon to shoot. I tried doing my best boxing attempt, but sadly get sat down. Returning for round 2, it is much the same, as when I run out of shotgun shells, their health is significantly reduced. I then slowly drain the health of the boss with the musket until we are finally able to land the final shot, unlocking Blossom Sovereign. And we are yet again first in the world! With all the bosses now defeated, we are free to continue exploring the open world. In this instance, I unlocked Seasoned POW Tamer for catching 90 different POWs, and I was actually the 3rd person to unlock this trophy. Do I have some competition on my hands? Taking another page out of a certain monster catching game, Palworld contains 4 legendary POWs for us to catch. Our first legendary POW we find is a Jet Dragon. After we weaken the legendary POW further, we are able to land a sphere and unlock legendary Celestial Dragon, and we are back to being the first in the world.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Our next step sees us finding the legendaries Palladius and Necromus. The first sphere lands on Necromus and we unlock Dark Knight of Legend. And we are still the first in the world. Additionally, we catch the legendary Palladius, unlocking Holy Knight of Legend, and we are of course first in the world. After the celebrations are done, let me take you back to when we finished the final boss. When finishing all 6 towers, we actually unlock hard difficulty, which enable us to replay each tower for a new challenge. We quickly take out all 6 towers yet again, and on the final tower on hard mode, we unlock Champion of the Palpagos Islands. No surprises really, as we are the first person in the world to clear hard mode. Next up, we take aim to the endgame. In the world of Palworld, there is a mysterious oil rig that is found in the Southeast Sea. As I approach in the dead of night, we trigger the defense system of the oil rig and get blasted out of the sky. After a late night swim, we arrive at the Rain Syndicate oil rig. What we find waiting for us is maxed out enemies that have maxed out POWs themselves. If I make any mistake at all, I can find myself at the bottom of Davy Jones's locker. After roughly 8 minutes of blasting my way through the rig, I spot a peculiar chest. Once opened, we unlock Conqueror of the Sea for seizing the oil rig, and we are once again first in the world. Returning to our base, our POWs have been hard at work as we unlock Iron Heart for crafting 10,000 ingots. And just for good measure, we are the first person in the world. Next step is to catch chickpeas. And I don't mean 1 or 2, I mean a lot of chickpeas. The reason for capturing hundreds of chickpeas is we actually want to combine all of the caught chickpeas and create one Super Saiyan chickpea. For our efforts, we unlock All for One for maximizing the rank of a POW. Furthermore, if we now utilize our new Super Saiyan chickpea and use it to power up other chickpeas, we can do this 4 times and unlock Voice of Resentment. Of course, we were the first person in the world to achieve both of these trophies. Moving along, while exploring the land of Palworld, we come across dungeons out in the open. These dungeons offer a unique boss at the end. And once we clear 30 dungeons, we unlock the Senior Adventurer Trophy. Trust me, this does not get old. We are first in the world to have unlocked this. The reason why I've been grinding out these dungeons is because there are treasure chests awaiting us at the end. When opening the dungeon chests, we find special slabs that can be used to summon endgame raid bosses. Prior to tackling any sort of raid boss, we make a slight detour and catch the final legendary POW, a Frostallion, thus unlocking Legendary Steed of Ice. This makes us officially the first person in the world to catch every legendary POW. Turning our heads now to the raid bosses, we commence crafting a summoning altar. Once it's complete, we summon Bellinor. We swiftly take down the boss and unlock Twilight Sun. Wasting no time, we construct another altar and summon Bellinor Libero, a new and improved Bellinor. We are easily able to take down the boss and unlock Eclipsed Siren. Furthermore, we craft our final summoning table, which enables us to summon our final raid boss. We are now face to face with the most fierce challenge in the game, Blazamut Ryu. It takes just over 2 minutes to empty my shotgun shells into the beast until it decides it would take the opportunity to heal itself before the final blow can be inflicted. Once I ran out of shotgun shells, it was another 5-minute grind to reduce the beast's health, and just prior to slaying it, it disappears. Thankfully, the boss reappears, and we are finally able to land the critical blow, unlocking Incarnation of the Eternal Flame. Now, let me just see how we did on the leaderboards for these raid bosses. What's this? 5th? And 2nd? And 2nd again for Blazamut Ryu? This can't be. There is simply no time to waste anymore, as being the first person in the world to platinum Palworld is under threat. Now continue to explore the world of Palworld and finally unlock Exceptional POW Tamer for catching 140 different POWs. At this point, I'm still second fiddle to Eris Floralia.
What?
No, alright. I know that sounds bad.
No matter, we persevere as my pals are hard at work in the background, unlocking Sphere Craftsman for crafting 2,000 spheres, and Blood and Iron also unlocks for crafting 20,000 ammunition. In both instances, I'm the third person in the world to unlock both trophies, and my lead is slipping further. I then commence a long and rigorous journey to hunt down 255 Liftmonk effigies and then 40 notes. After hours of searching, we finally spot our 255th Liftmonk effigy, and once collected, we unlock Palpagos Guru. Thankfully, it wasn't long until we unlock our 40th note and unlock Trail of the Castaway. The only thing left for us to do is to quickly capture 1,000 POWs, and it doesn't take us long until Overhunting unlocks, followed by that sweet, and juicy Palworld Platinum. Surely I have done it. I have surely made the effort to be the first person in the world to Platinum Palworld. Let me check. This is impossible. Only 1 day and 14 hours after the game released, it's impossible for someone else to take the throne. Well, it's now been over a month since my defeat, and I have nothing but respect for my fellow trophy hunter who was able to get that sweet platinum before me. As a punishment, I will be spinning a wheel of games recommended to me, and whatever it lands on, I have to platinum. So please write down any recommendations you have down in the comments down below. Overall, this game was super fun and was such a blast to play through on the PS5. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, the best way to support me is to simply watch another video of mine. Have a wonderful rest of your day.